Hi, host Derek here, talking with famous people. Thrilled to have Brooks back in the mix. I guess some time back, and in typical ENFJ Abraham fashion, somehow he invites the interesting people and they come or something. I guess that's how I think this happened. I don't know for a fact. Brooks could have just shown up independently, but I suspect that's what happened. So
I saw Abraham's link that said something about you defending McDonald's as being healthy, and as a consumer of McDonald's products, I was hoping it would be true.
it is. It's 100% true. And I want to totally talk about that topic, and I can explain it. But at the moment, what I'm hoping to talk about is this thing that you're in right here, Stephen Brooks, and my tripping out about what it's going to do and what it's going to manifest as. Because this is the always open room. This room's open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, and it's always being recorded automatically by the room. And spitting out 15-minute videos onto the new sister channel TwFP Raw. So I'm curious as to what what's going to happen, how it's going to evolve into something more concrete than that, or active than that, or something, and whether it can not collapse under its own freedom. You know, what do you think?
What collapsed under his own freedom? Oh, autonomy?
No, this room, this go to meeting room right here
Oh.
that we're in, right? Okay, this is the always open room. So it's automatically recording. Whoever wants to come in here at any time, clicks the link gtm.talkingwithfamouspeople.com, and the room's open. There may not be people in here. They may or may not be talking about things. Regardless, if they come in and start talking, it records them in 15-minute chunks, which automatically get published to the sister station TWFP Raw. And then people can take those raw videos and edit them into Talking with Famous People videos and submit it to me, and I'll put them on the channel if they want. Or if not, they just sit there on the raw thing. That's the concept, right? A way for other people to come into this room and say, okay, now I'm going to be host. I'm going to host an episode like this. They can either record themselves on their own drive and send me the link, or they can do what I said with the raw video. And either way, it's a chance for them to, if they want to, get a video where they host an episode of Talking to People on Talking with Famous People. Somebody might say, well, Eric, why don't they just have their own YouTube channel? I say, well, they're certainly welcome to. If they feel like having a talk show style thing where they've got a group of people able to talk to them, then this can provide that forum for them. But if they're going to put the video up, then it should be on Talking with Famous People, because that's what it is. What do you think?
Yeah, if they feel that that discussion belongs here.
Right, but I mean, I'm not worried so much about that. I'm not worried about that. I'm just saying, what seems curious to me is and what I'm curious about is, given the fact that the space is so undefined, right? Anybody can come in here and have whatever conversation they want, and it becomes a YouTube video. What what can people do with that? What might people do with that? And or is there not much to do with it? I mean, is it what it is and it doesn't have it has a fairly low ceiling? I'm not sure. It seems complicated. I don't know how to extrapolate out.
I mean, how many people are like potentially actively coming in now?
Uh, I mean, it's this is an unusual spot right now that it's me and a couple people I know. It's very unusual during hotter times. I mean, at this point on the East Coast, you're looking at 3 in the morning, right?
Oh, that's right.
Um, During more reasonable hours, there's often 8 or 9 people in here. Sometimes only one or two. Occasionally, there'll be like a blank one where you get a 15-minute chunk that doesn't have anybody in it. I got
I've seen
seven
as many
seconds
as
uploaded.
15 people in here at once.
I was shocked when I came in this time and there wasn't anybody in here. I expected it to be full, but it wasn't. I think it's just I don't know. We'll see. That's the thing. It's crazy, right? I don't know. Every video I put up now has this link, gtm.talkingwithfamouspeople.com. If you just click it, you end up in this room. If you end up in the room, you're getting filmed and the video is going up on YouTube. There's no disclaimer, there's no explanation, it's just happening.
Government uses roughly the same practices.
All right. So, but here's the thing. How there are lots of surveilled spaces in the world, but how many of them are a room permanently devoted towards ideally discourse that's being filmed 24/7 and then made available, the discourse that occurs within that room? It seems very precise, but in its precision, it managed to achieve something I haven't heard of before. Like if you say it's this and this and not that and this and this and this, eventually you get down to there. It's new. you know. Thoughts?
There's been a lot of apps recently that have made like personal streaming popular. I've noticed that lately, past couple weeks. But the discourse part, I guess that's another thing because a lot of these like cell phone apps, it's a person, webcamming them to an audience, and they're reading maybe chat interaction with an audience, but for the most part, the person holding the cell phone is going to be the mouthpiece. And so when you qualify that with discourse, then I don't really think there's much discourse going on. Maybe question answer, but not question.
Right. Well, I think what I hope is to get rid of the hierarchy. Um, it have it be a participatory thing where it's a talk show where there's a host, but if you don't feel like being the host today, then you can be the host today,
Mm.
like that.
Pass the show.
Well, thus far I haven't been so overwhelmed by people wanting to do it that I've had to be picky in terms of letting some of it on. It's still a vast majority of me because while I have now some of this raw footage, well, what are you going to do with it? It's not like I'm going to watch 24 hours a day of raw footage. That would occupy my entire life. So it's weird, right? It's tricky. I don't know how it plays out. Anyway, but let's talk about Abraham's topic instead, since that I think is a topic that maybe presents better opportunity for us to discuss. Abraham, what was that topic again?